Hi everybody, today we're going to look at going to the airport and we're going to learn some airport vocabulary in this video. So let's start now. As you can see, this woman here, this woman is at the airport. This woman is standing in the airport terminal. So this is the airport terminal. There are people all over the airport terminal. Everybody is going to take a flight somewhere. Maybe this woman is going to grab a flight. Maybe she's going to grab a flight from London to New York. Yeah, it could be. Maybe this woman is going to grab a flight from London to New York. How long would you say it takes to get from London to New York? What do you think? What would be your best guess? What would be your best guess about how long it takes to get from London to New York? What do you think? What's your best guess? Actually, it takes roughly 8 hours or so to get from London to New York. So yeah, roughly 8 hours or so. That is the amount of time it takes to get from London to New York. Around roughly, just roughly 8 hours or so. That's how long it takes. So yeah, chances are this woman is going to fly from London to New York here. As you can see, the plane takes off and then it will take off in London and then it will land. So the plane takes off and it lands. It will take off in London and then land in New York. When you travel, usually you bring some kind of luggage. Some kind of luggage you're going to bring. Here we have a red suitcase. This is a red suitcase and chances are that this will be check-in luggage. Chances are that this woman will check in her suitcase if it's big enough. If it's too big to go on the plane, chances are she will have to check it in. This green backpack, chances are, with a backpack like this, chances are you could probably take this as carry-on luggage. So this could be carry-on luggage onto the plane. You would not have to check in this green bag. Chances are it could just be carry-on luggage here. Obviously, the passport and boarding pass are absolutely essential. You cannot fly without a passport and boarding pass. These are absolutely essential items, completely essential. You can't travel without them. They are essential, your boarding pass and passport. The next thing to think about is which airline are you going to take? In the UK, these are three well-known and popular airlines in the UK. So these three are all very well-known airlines. British Airways, EasyJet and Ryanair. So British Airways, the problem with British Airways is a bit pricey. You know, British Airways is a little bit pricey. Usually they are good planes and there is good service on the flight, but they are a bit pricey. That is why I don't usually fly with British Airways, because they are quite pricey, to be honest. Pretty pricey. Whereas EasyJet and Ryanair, these are what we call budget airlines. So these two here, these are budget airlines. The cost is much cheaper with these airlines because they're budget airlines. These airlines are pretty inexpensive. So Ryanair is pretty inexpensive. EasyJet is pretty inexpensive as well. They are both quite inexpensive airlines. For example, you could get a flight from London to Madrid and maybe it would only cost you £60 or something like that. £60 to go from London to Madrid. It's quite inexpensive because these are budget airlines, whereas British Airways is quite pricey. Yeah, it's a little bit too pricey for me. So you've got to choose your airline. After that, you want to, first thing you want to do really when you get to the airport is you want to get yourself over to the check-in desk. So just get yourself over to the check-in desk. That's probably the first thing you will do when you get to the airport. Yeah, you will get yourself over to the check-in desk to check in your luggage. You need to check in your luggage. If you have a suitcase, a big suitcase, you need to check it in. So with a big suitcase, usually you need to check it in. Got to check it in first. You need to show your passport and potentially maybe a visa, some visas or whatever else you might need to show the check-in desk. So get yourself over to the check-in desk, get yourself over there and check in your luggage, and then you will get your boarding pass usually. After that, next thing is you've got to pass through security. So this is security here. This is security, and you need to pass through security. It's very important to pass through security here. So if you want to pass through security, you will need to take out many items that you have. Your keys, your wallet, your phone, maybe some headphones. You might have to take off your belt as well. You might have to take off your belt. And you will need to put all these items into the tray. Usually there is a tray, and you can just put your items into this tray so that you can pass through the security, right? You cannot pass through security if you have metal items with you. You cannot have any metal items if you want to pass through security. Yeah, obviously you cannot take any liquids on the plane, no water, no milk, no wine. You cannot take any liquids of more than 100 milliliters. So no liquids of more than 100 milliliters, I think, although each airline has different rules, right? Every airline has different rules about how much liquid you can take on the plane. No sharp objects like knives or anything else. What do you think? What else can you not bring with you on a plane? Think about it. What else can you not bring on a plane? Maybe you can leave it in the comments below. What else can you not bring with you on a plane? The next thing you need to do is go to your gate. So you will need to look at your boarding pass first, check your boarding pass and find out which gate that you need to go to. This one is gate 14. After they start boarding, they'll start the boarding process. You will see on the board, it will say, this flight is boarding. It's boarding now. So once they start the boarding process, then you can get on the plane. You can get on the plane or you can board the plane. So this woman here in this picture, she is boarding the plane right now. She's getting on the plane. Usually when you get on the plane, you will be greeted by the cabin crew. The cabin crew here, usually they're nice people who will greet you. They will greet you when you get on the plane. They will say, hi, welcome. Welcome to EasyJet. They'll greet you when you get on. Finally, the next thing to think about is which seat do you want to take on the plane? Which seat do you want? Some people like the window seat. A lot of people really like the window seat because if you take the window seat, you get a good view out of the window. You get a view out of the window, a nice view, and you can look out the window and see everything. Personally, I am a huge fan of the aisle seat. So this is the aisle seat here. This is the aisle seat because this section in the middle here, this is the aisle. So in the middle here, this is called the aisle here. So this is the aisle in the middle, and the seat next to the aisle is called the aisle seat. So I'm a huge fan of the aisle seat. Why am I a huge fan of the aisle seat? Because I have long legs, okay? I have quite long legs. If I take the aisle seat, I can stretch my legs into the aisle. That's why I like the aisle seat, because I've got long legs, I'm quite tall, and I can stretch my legs into the aisle. Whereas the other seats, the window seat and also the middle seat, they don't have much leg room. There is not much leg room in these seats. So the window seat does not have much leg room. The aisle seat doesn't have much leg room. Sorry, the middle seat doesn't have much leg room. But the aisle seat does have a lot of leg room because you can stick your legs, you can stretch your legs into the aisle. So that's why I don't like the middle seat and the window seat, because there's not much leg room, you know. So yeah, and obviously nobody likes the middle seat. Who likes the middle seat? Nobody. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you got some good, useful vocabulary in this video. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.